Hey YouTube, it's your boy Gavin here from @JLG2, and today I'm showing you all my brand new but kind of old Talaria MX5. The reason why it's also brand new while being kind of old is that this bike is very used. About 500 miles on it, which really isn't bad. But this has been a bike that has been a dream of mine for a long time, something I've just been waiting to pull the trigger on. Finally found one for a good price, and I just want to show it off to you guys. So I want to get into what I plan on doing to this bike, the things wrong with it that needs to be fixed. Before then, I just want to tell you guys how I got this bike. But we got to go back about a month ago when I was about to pull the trigger on an E-Ride Pro SS 3.0, which is pretty much in the same class as this Talaria. And the day before I was going to buy that bike, it sold, which is really painful because the person told me several times that they were going to sell to me, that they had it ready, they had it on the trailer, we're going to meet halfway, and they sold it, which is tough, but they sold it for more than what I was going to pay, so I can't really blame them. But still, I was going to pay $4,700 for that bike, and I believe it just was a total God thing that that bike did sell to somebody else, because then waiting no more than a month later, this MX5 pops up, which if I could choose between the two with no price difference, just which one would I rather, it would 100% be this one, just with how much better of a brand Talaria is, how much better the build quality is. Even though, if you're familiar with e-bikes, you're probably well aware of how the E-Ride looks better on paper. But besides this having a slightly smaller battery and maxing out at 60 compared to 62 with the E-Ride Pro, this just beats it in every single way. But I got this bike last week. I drove a 9-hour round trip to pick it up, threw it in the back of my mom's minivan, and was able to pick this up for $3,500, which, yes, is a lot of money. But seeing how these brand new with shipping and taxes included go for almost $6,000. So getting a little bit more than half that on a bike with 500 miles is just a deal I could not pass up on. Even with the fact that once I get it cleaned up, I could sell it tomorrow and make easily 500 to 1,000 to 1,500 profit on it. But this bike does have a few things wrong with it. I'm going to switch to handheld mode to show you guys those things. Alright y'all, so here's the bike. The first thing that you probably could have realized from where I was sitting before is that if you look right there, you will see that something is missing. Look right here. It is the brake. This is the rear brake, and you see I have an invisible front brake, no front brake caliper on this front wheel. The seller told me that he had it, just wasn't on it. He came to the meet without it, so I lowballed him like crazy. Let's go. Walk around the side. This looks good. I did clean it up barely just by hosing it down. Probably tell these grips are cooked. I have new grips on the way. That is something else that will be fixed with this bike. Really, the only other big thing is all this area down here. You can see right here on the frame that is only cosmetic damage, but still is a little deep. It doesn't scare me about the structure or like the safety of the bike, but still is far from ideal, and that is because of this right here, the kickstand. The guy that had this bike, to say it nicely, just probably wasn't fully sure of what he was doing with one. He had these pegs. You can see they're supposed to fold backwards. He had these on backwards. So we had the left side on the right side, the right side on the left side. They would fold forward, which is not what you want because they fold backwards so that if you come and hit into something, pushes it back against the bike. Meanwhile, if it can't do that, it's going to mess up the frame, which it did. So you can see right there, it doesn't really pick up much on camera, but there is a little crack. Just scary. And because of that crack, this kickstand goes too deep in, and every time you put it up, it would scratch against the bike. So, thankfully, I forget what site had it, but there's a part for $30 that replaces this whole little piece of metal right here, including the crack in that frame, for just 30 bucks. So, pretty clean fix. But besides that, just other cosmetic stuff, like a little scratch on the battery from he not putting it in the right way, which is really nothing. That'll be fixed with a wrap. All the wiring's fine. There are a lot of pros to this. For example, the tires are aftermarket. I do like this little fender. I'll be getting other rear fender and a front fender, also made out of carbon fiber looking plastic. The pegs are upgraded from the stock ones. A lot of these upgrades come from up front right here with the handlebar, the Baja headlight, a bar raiser, and a stem lock. So in total, this bike probably has about $500 of aftermarket stuff put into it. Let's switch back to the camera angle before and talk about the investment and what we're going to do to this bike. So, like I said, this bike has about $500 of investment already put into it, with all the stuff in the cockpit area, the upgraded wheels, upgraded foot pegs, bunch of nice stuff put into it. And with the stuff that didn't get fixed, we already talked about that part of the frame right there, only $30, and the entire front brake assembly, which I think came out to about $120. Of course, there are a few other small cosmetic things I want to do, like the grips, probably slap a big Alpine Star sticker on that part of the swing arm that's scuffed. But in total, that puts my total investment after parts and everything at about $3,700. We can say $3,800 to be safe. Still $2,000 less than to buy this bike new. And with all the aftermarket parts, I'm able to just turn this around with no fear about losing money on it and sell to somebody else with this bike in perfect condition and still be able to pocket a lot of money. So with that being said, you guys should be seeing a lot more of this bike. I want to go through and document each thing that I do, everything I change, anything I upgrade, replace, all of it. I want to show you guys all of what that looks like. And if you're looking at getting a used bike, what to look out for, and just how easy it is to fix. A lot of it is very daunting when you're seeing a bike with no front brake. But I'm ready to go through it with you guys. You guys get to see all the mental anguish when things aren't going right, but all the joy at the end when I got an incredible bike for a great deal. So in this video, you guys got to meet my brand new Talaria MX5. I hope you all enjoyed. If you're wanting to see more content about this bike, make sure to subscribe and hit that like button just to let me know that this is what you're interested in, the style of content you're looking out for. Besides that, hope you guys all have a great day, and God bless.